Okay, so for those of you who have followed me, you may remember that on June 12th, I arrived in Israel with a delegation that was set to tour elected officials, public speakers, advocates, people in positions of public authority, policymakers, etc., on a tour of Israel. And I arrived in Jerusalem at my hotel around 6 p.m. on June 12th, and I went to sleep because I had jet lag about 8 o'clock, and I woke up at 2:30 a.m. on June 13th. I was on the phone with my family because of the time change, it's 7 hours. And at 3 a.m., I heard a air raid siren outside my hotel, and I received an alert that was in Hebrew that I couldn't read, but I was able to translate it that told me to go to the bomb shelter. Israel had bombed Iran. I saw a lot on my trip there, and one of the things that I did was I went to the Gaza border, but I went to the Nova exhibit. And the Nova exhibit, I was able to, or the Nova site, not the exhibit. I visited the Nova exhibit in Canada because it was a touring, interactive exhibit that was on. But the Nova Festival was this festival where a ton of Israelis would go, and it was like an all-night festival of music and light. And so all these, think of like young university students going to like a beautiful festival, like Woodstock, like that, but like New Age. Beautiful, beautiful girls, beautiful guys, everybody, love, peace, happiness. And at 6:30 a.m. on October 7th, Hamas, which is a terrorist organization whose whole mission is to eradicate every Jew on the planet and anybody who really doesn't stand in, doesn't bow down to their God Allah. And they're terrorists, and they murder, torture, rape people, but their main goal is to kill Jews. And on October 7th, Hamas and Hezbollah together organized an attack on Israel, and they had multiple points of entry. And one of the points of entry that they crossed over, because the Gaza border is not far from the Nova Festival, a few kilometers. And the Hamas terrorists went to this festival. They did not know this festival was going on. And when you see the people that attended this festival, they were some of the most beautiful people I've ever seen in my life. And the reason I tell you that is because when these Hamas terrorists found them, the rape and the torture that they did to these young people is incomprehensible. And many people called the folks of the Nova Festival the angels, because Hamas was so excited to find these beautiful women and beautiful men that they raped and tortured and murdered, that it slowed them down from invading the rest of Israel. And my former colleague and friend Rick Perkins and I had a personal tour of the Nova site. And you don't understand hate and evil until you see something like that. It's very difficult to describe, and the stories and the pictures. And, you know, many people will tell you that Israel is the problem. And many people will say, Michelle, why do you stand with Israel? And you're, you know, I've been called many names, because they see starving children of Gaza. And the people of Gaza are also held hostage by Hamas. And the people of Gaza are also struggling because of Hamas. And if you do not understand that Hamas wants to destroy Israel and every Jew on this planet to come to you and the West, all you have to do is look at the rest of the world where they've taken over. Riots in the street, etc. You are dealing with an evil that is, I can't get through to you if you think everything you're seeing is true. And maybe you'll never believe me, because maybe you'll never go. And maybe the images that you see that blame Jews is what you're going to keep believing. But what happened on October 7th needs to be told through history, and it needs to be told properly through history over and over and over again. And I want to tell you the thing that really sealed the deal for me in understanding the magnitude of Hamas. There's this audio clip, and it's a guy, and he phones his parents, and he says, and he's so excited, and he says, "Dad, I just killed 10 Jews with my own hands. Aren't you so proud of me?"
افتح الواتس تبع قول له وام شوف كيف القتلى شوف كيف قتلك بيدي يابا ابنك قتل يهود هاي دخلوا فلسطين يابا
الله اكبر ربنا يحميك يا رب ربنا يحميك يابا ربنا يحميك يابا
بكلمك من جوال يهودية قتلتها وقتلت جوزها
الله
عطوا بيدي
اكبر
يابا
الله
قتلت
اكبر ولله
10
الحمد الله
يابا
اكبر
10
ولله
بيدي
الحمد
قتلت يابا افتح الواتس شوف كيف قتلت يابا افتح بدي اطلع عليك واتس قول له وام روح
ربنا يوفقك بالسلامة
يابا اشوفك فلسطين يابا يابا والله 10 قتلت 10 بيدي يابا يابا على ايدي اعطيني امي
يما يما يحميك يما طول الليل ادعي لك
10 بيدي يابا 10 يما بيدي قتلت
طول الليل ادعي لك.
That was an aha moment for me, that the propaganda and the work that it took to manipulate somebody to believe that Jews are evil, to be raised to hate them. And it's very hard. People will say, "I don't know why you care, Michelle. What does that have to do with Canada?" It has everything to do with Canada. Because Israel is the only democracy in the Middle East. And when it's gone, and it falls, the West is next. And these people, these terrorists, these are not people who want to, have power. They will die. They will kill themselves. They will fly themselves into World Trade Centers. They will rape. They will torture. They will abuse. I'm glad I saw what I saw. But I just challenge you, next time you think or you hear the conspiracy theory that Israel's the problem, I would invite you to go see the Nova site. I would invite you to go see the families, the cars that were burned, the kibbutz that were invaded, where families were burned, raped, tortured, taken hostage. For being Jewish, for being Israeli. October 7th matters.